Yo, what is good, everyone? Your boy Deke back again with another vid. We got the week one preview, Steelers versus Buffalo Bills. We've been getting shit on this offseason by the media pundits, analysts. Even Vegas got us as the underdogs this game, plus 6.5. Everyone's thinking Bills are God's gift to the earth. They're getting hyped up left and right. I get it. They're probably going to win the division for sure, but they're definitely beatable. Let's just look at last year's game between us and them. Outplayed them in the first half. We had control of the game. We were up 7-3. Low scoring. We were moving the ball. We just couldn't convert on third downs when we needed to. Then right before halftime, Ben threw the pick, gave them a free 7 points. That's when all the momentum shifted. Josh Allen had a good third quarter. Kind of went off on us. We had a little bit of a comeback effort, but then that was thwarted. Ben threw a pick off of his back foot. And then our defense couldn't really hold up. They just started running the ball, gashing us, ended up closing out the game. We're winning. We were in control. Ben gave you a free 7 points. I'm not really as concerned as these media people. Vegas will have you think. Just look at the defense. Look at who we had. We still put up a pretty valiant effort. I'm going to give you the rundown right here. At linebackers, we had Marcus Allen and Avery Williamson starting. Now we have Devin Bush, Joe Schobert. At cornerback 1, no Joe Hayden. We have Steven Nelson. Now we have Joe Hayden back. Looking for that contract too. Going to test free agency. You know he's going to be motivated. No Bud Dupree. We had a rookie Alex Highsmith. This year we have a second-year Alex Highsmith. Those of Steeler Nation that have watched this preseason have heard the training camp reports. Highsmith is ready to take that jump, and that is going to be a pretty big upgrade. I get it. You could say, all right, we don't have Stephon Tuitt. TJ Watt's coming off a weird training camp where he wasn't practicing, wasn't a full participant. And then the cornerback situation. We don't have Steven Nelson. We don't have Mike Hilton. So let's talk through those real quick. Tuitt, this is probably the biggest loss out of the three, in my opinion. But we do have Bugs. We do have Chris Wormley, Loudermilk. Can a rotation of those guys fill in for him when you also consider we have Cam Hayward and Aluwalu on the defensive line? I think that's possible. TJ, though, with the no practice, the no training camp stuff, honestly, he might be better this time around, just coming off an offseason cold like that, because in last game, he didn't do jack shit. So maybe the no participant in training camp, he could just come in week one and ball out. He wasn't as much of a factor as we would have remembered or would have liked. The cornerback situation, though. I'm just going to lay out the cornerback group from last year versus this year. Steven Nelson, Mike Hilton, Cam Sutton. That's 2019. This year, oh no, not 2019, 2020. I'm sorry. 2020, Nelson, Hilton, Sutton. 2021, Joe Hayden, Pierre, and Sutton. So Hayden versus Nelson at cornerback 1. Who do you prefer? I'll lean Joe Hayden. I still think Steven Nelson was pretty good for us. And then we got Mike Hilton in the slot versus Cam Sutton in the slot. We'll go Mike Hilton. Cam Sutton can hold his own, though. And then we got James Pierre on the outside versus Cam Sutton on the outside last year. Who do you prefer? Am I buying into the Pierre hype a little bit too much to prefer Pierre on the outside versus Cam Sutton on the outside last year? Either way, it's close enough. It's close enough. When you combine that, us getting the middle linebacker situation sorted out with Devin Bush, Schobert, second-year Alex Highsmith versus a rookie Alex Highsmith last year, I think we'll be fine. With the defense we had, we held them in check. Josh Allen kind of had a heat check against us in the first half. Obviously played good in the third quarter, but we put up a very valiant effort, and I don't think our defense is any worse than it was last year. If anything, I do think it has improved with some of this injury situation. You could point out the flaws, but I really don't think it's that bad. I really don't. With the Bills, they're basically returning everyone. They got Feliciano back on the O-line, Emmanuel Sanders, upgrade over John Brown. We know what their offense is, really good passing attack. Running backs, they may be good, they may be average. Defense, pretty much the same. They drafted Russo, they drafted Basham. I don't think those guys are going to play, though, so their defense is basically going to be the same. But what do we know about their defense? Solid pass defense, top 10, but subpar rush defense. I have no reason to think that won't be the same. So let me get to my main point for the game. We got to run the ball. We got to give Najee Harris the rock. Ben is going to do fine. He's going to have a clean game. I don't think he's going to be making the same mistakes that he made last year. 200 yards in the 200s, between 230, 270, 2 to 3 touchdowns. I think this is Najee's time. This is his game. I think he's going to go off. Our offensive line is better. If you want to disagree with that, you can. I think you're warranted for thinking that, but I do think it is definitely going to be better. The guys that we lost, Pouncey, DeCastro, Villanueva, I thought it was their time. We got younger. When you add Dan Moore, you add Dotson, you add Kendrick Green, their specialty is the physicality in the running game. Let's run Najee Harris to that left side. But what does that do also? That keeps Josh Allen and the Bills' offense off the field. We know Josh Allen is good, but probably the biggest concern that we're going to have going in this game is our cornerback group. I know I compared our corners to last year. Is it a wash? Either way, in both scenarios, the Bills receivers are pretty damn good and pose a mismatch versus our cornerbacks. So if we keep Allen and their receiving group, their offense off the field, keep them out of sync a little bit, that's only going to help. And I think with Najee Harris, we should be able to do that. When you look at our rushing attack last year, let me pull up these stats real quick. James Conner, 10 attempts, 18 yards. Jalen Samuels, 4 attempts, 15 yards. Benny Snell, 3 attempts, 14 yards. A total, what is that, like 47 yards total? I think that was right math, actually. 18 plus 15 plus 14. Run that on your calculator. I think that's 47. So 47 yards total on 17 attempts. We don't think Najee Harris is going to do better than that? I definitely think he is. Put him over 100 yards, maybe 20 or 30 yards receiving as well. Najee Harris is going to have a big game. And it's what we're going to need. Like I just laid it out. I mean, we're going to have to keep the Bills' offense off the field. I think we should be able to control the clock. Ben's going to have a clean game. If our defense can just hold up, if they could just hold up, stop their running attack, make them a little one-dimensional, that should help. But they're good. I expect it to be a pretty good game. Steelers get the dub. 27. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the score. Steelers get the dub. I think we get 28. I think it's going to be 28. 28-17. No, 28-20. We'll do 28-20. That's my score prediction. That's how I see it playing out. Those are the things to watch for, things that I'm thinking about heading into this game. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Stay chilling. Peace.